Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Now yes, as you guys saw last week, I did not release a video. That was mainly due just to my internet being really bad that week. It was just, the whole area was really bad and I just couldn't do anything. So yes, that's why I didn't have a video last week. But fingers crossed at the moment, it is better than it was. So I'm taking the chance to do a video and we'll just see how this goes. If you guys don't see this, it's because the internet goes really bad. So yeah, but as you guys have seen by the thumbnail, I am reacting to top 10 most dangerous places in the world. Without further ado guys, let's just get into this video. Hey guys, just a little message before we get back into the video. I'd like to announce my first ever merch shop. For a while now, I have been designing a lot of different clothing merch and I have finally released it to the public. There's a whole range of designs from hoodies to men and women's t-shirts to Samsung and iPhone cases to even a freaking pillowcase and many more. With a range of different colours and sizes, there's something for everyone. So if you want to get your hands on my new merch, then the link will be in the description box. And for every new person who buys my merch will be mentioned in the next video. And with all that said and done, let's get back into this video. Just something I need to say is also I have now got 2 new merch. I have a new shirt and a new hat. Both of these are better than anything else I've done before. So if you guys want to cop one of the new merches, just to either if you like it or just to support me, because it really does mean a lot, then go up to my merch store. The link or one of the links, the main link is right here. Just look at that, click that link, and it'll take you straight to the merch shop. So yes, let's just get back into this video.
Typically, many of us
let's go.
Dangerous parts of the world is having large numbers of venomous snakes or frequent tsunamis, but there are an array.
Obviously, all this is all movies, so none of this is real.
Particularly dangerous, from terrorism to weather events and everything in between. Today, we're going to be looking at 10 of the most dangerous places.
Let's go. Right, what's number 10?
With all that said and done,
I'm assuming number 10 is the worst, the least dangerous.
Number 10.
Yep.
Death Valley, California. Right along.
I want to pause instantly. It's kind of concerning the number 10, which is the least dangerous out of these 10 dangerous places to live, or dangerous places in the world. It's called Death Valley. That's all I'm gonna say.
The state border that separates California and Nevada in an area known as the...
I know about this, actually, now I think about it.
Death Valley is recognized as one of the hottest places in the world.
Is it?
Just how hot is it, actually?
It looks beautiful, though.
Well, on July 10th, 1913, the United Weather Bureau recorded a temperature of 56.7 degrees Celsius, or about 134 degrees Fahrenheit. This day, the temperatures recorded in 1913 remains the highest ambient...
No, but is it hotter than Sahara Desert? I mean, I'm assuming so.
Air temperature ever recorded at the surface of the Earth. Surprisingly, while the temperatures during the daytime is shockingly high, they can plummet overnight, reaching a low of -10 degrees Celsius. While -10 might not sound so cold, anyone unlucky enough to find themselves lost overnight will most likely be ill-prepared. So let's assume that the temperatures don't get you first. Death Valley is also prone to severe...
It does look really nice, though.
Produce massive amounts of lightning and severe flooding. For instance, on October 18th, 2015, almost the entire desert
this camera quality, Jesus Christ.
Torrential downpour.
Yeah.
Not only does the erratic weather present challenges for wildlife, but the area is infamous for mysterious disappearances and hikers.
Really?
Grim ends in the harsh desert.
Just random disappearance. Okay, that's interesting.
Fraser Island, Australia.
Oh no! How is this? Look at this. Look how beautiful this place is. How's this dangerous? This is somewhere you want to go on holiday. You know what I mean? Like, look how nice this is.
Fraser Island is the world's largest sand island, and at first glance, it looks like a pure utopia.
I'm gonna say it looks lovely.
Waters. But instead, it is a concentration of everything that is Australia. That is death.
Yeah, I mean...
Things. Probably bad creatures, too. Located 250 kilometers from the capital city of Brisbane,
Spiders,
Fraser Island
which,
is home
yeah.
to just 182 people, and it's only about
Really?
123 kilometers wide, and the creatures
That's
that live
not
upon it
big.
have given it a reputation as one of the world's most dangerous islands.
Oh, so it's a night.
In addition to its stunning beaches,
I mean,
Fraser
it does
Island
look
is also
lovely.
covered in an array of plant life, including rainforest, eucalyptus woodland, mangrove forest, wallum and peat swamps, sand dunes, and coastal heaths. But it is what lives among the
God, that
foliage
water
that
looks
has led to the
so
island's
nice.
reputation. The island is home to 18 different varieties of snakes, 6 of which are considered highly dangerous, and 1 of which is the eastern brown snake.
Okay.
Also known as the second most venomous
Dangerous
snake known
snakes?
to man.
Is
You
it?
can also find numerous
Oh,
deadly
don't start with
spiders and over
spiders.
300 varieties of ants there. If the
Ants don't
crawlers
bother
were
me.
enough to keep you off the island, it
Spiders,
was also home
that
to the last
no.
known population of pure dingoes.
Dingoes.
Shortly after they attacked and killed a
Yeah, but look at them. Look how cute they are. They're not dangerous. It's just a little dog. You know, it's just no. Okay, I'm sorry.
boy in April of 2001, a major effort was undertaken to eradicate them and to
Oh,
prevent
okay.
them
It's
from
killed
becoming
a kid.
crackheads. Unfortunately,
But, you
this
know.
led to a population of around 200 dingoes who are malnourished and even more aggressive than previous generations. And if you happen to escape all the dangers
yeah, look how
directly
skinny they
on
look.
the island, the waters around it are no safer. The area is a haven for venomous jellyfish along with multiple types of sharks, including the great white. Oh, and also on top of the great white, there is also the bull and tiger shark, which are potentially more deadly to humans because they are known man-eaters who like our flesh. Top off this little soiree of danger, the saltwater crocodile is here too. So
Oh, okay. That's more dangerous. Saltwater
Number
crocodile is
8.
more dangerous than a shark.
Lake Neos, Cameroon.
Ooh,
This
Cameroon.
deep lake is positioned directly on the flank of an active volcano, which presents
So,
a unique
boiling
set of
water.
hazards. Located in northwest
God, this is
Cameroon, Lake
so
Neos is one of
blurry.
only 3 known exploding lakes, and it is easily the deadliest.
Yeah.
Okay, so probably the question on everybody's mind: what is an exploding lake?
I'm
This is where
assuming-
things get a bit scientific. Lake Neos is located directly on top of a pocket of magma, which slowly leaks carbon dioxide into the water.
Freaking hell.
H2O into carbonic acid.
So that
And then
water's,
as it
yeah, that
sits,
water's
this carbonic
dangerous.
acid isn't horribly dangerous as long as you avoid the water.
Yeah.
The bigger issue occurs when too much carbon dioxide builds
And it
up under
sends carbon dioxide in the
This
air.
is when the carbonic acid lake becomes a full-blown exploding lake.
Yep.
During what is known as limnic eruption, carbon dioxide
I've heard
bursts
about
out
this
from
before.
below the water and forms a deadly cloud. Because the gas is heavier than air, it pushes oxygen away from any area it envelops.
So basically, if you're in the surrounding area, you suffocate. Because the pressure of the gas comes too much, obviously, like the guy just said, it explodes, and then the gas is free. Carbon dioxide just spreads everywhere, and anything in the surrounding area just suffocates. Yeah. Okay, so this, yeah. The first two, I think I could actually know. The first one, I'd still think the first number 10 was more dangerous than number 9. Yes, there was loads of bad animals, but you know what I mean? Like, that's in my opinion anyway.
This catastrophe took
I would not
place
want to
on a
live here,
massive
though.
scale in 1986 when the Lake Neos released a massive CO2 cloud which claimed
Yeah.
the lives of 1,746 people and 3,500 livestock in the surrounding towns.
Wow,
and villages.
that's
In an effort
crazy.
to prevent this
That's-
disaster from
that's
repeating
crazy.
itself, a series
But
of
it's-
venting tubes were installed in 2001 with upgrades to the system in 2011. But
So
these
poisonous
upgrades don't
gas,
necessarily
really.
mean that nearby villages are entirely safe.
No.
One of the natural walls of Lake Neos is growing weaker, and experts fear that the levee may give way. If this happened, the lake full of carbonic acid would flow downstream into villages and even as far as...
Okay,
Nigeria,
this is probably
releasing
one,
large amounts of
definitely
carbon
one that I
dioxide
would
along
not
the
live
way.
near. Because this is
Number
dangerous.
7.
Number 7.
Burkina Faso. So far, the majority of our entries have focused on places that are under constant threat from nature.
Nature, yeah.
However, our number 7 entry is a little bit different.
People?
Burkina Faso is a French-speaking country in West Africa. Unfortunately, the area has been plagued by years of conflict and violence, and
Yes, it's just
largely
people.
corrupt government struggles to hold off rampant terrorist assaults that constantly threaten all those who live in the area.
Okay.
Unfortunately, these attacks
Yeah.
seem to be motivated more by greed than political ideology. And rather than targeting government establishments, terrorist groups from neighboring Mali and Niger often swarm public places like hotels, cafes, or restaurants. Unfortunately,
This is
these are all places where
really,
travelers
like,
would readily be found,
frick,
and
this
for
is
that
messed up,
reason, you
this,
probably
isn't
don't
it?
want to risk a visit to Burkina Faso anytime soon.
Nah, you won't want to
The
live
constant threat of
here.
violence didn't make life hard enough for the locals. The country suffers from perilously low health and education funding, and according to the
Yeah,
Development Program report,
it's not great, is it? It's not great.
in the world. Number 6.
Number 6. That was quick.
Karachi, Pakistan.
Oh,
Another country
yeah.
which has suffered its fair share of terrorism and political unrest. Pakistan.
Yeah, when you got these like very poor countries that just don't have a lot of money. Obviously, they're just. It is really sad because they just have no education, no money, so barely can barely have food, barely have water, good shelter, and obviously there's a lot of terrorists and terrorist activities.
Here's on the list of travel advisories, but perhaps the most dangerous spot in the country is Karachi. This is according to the Numbeo Crime Index released in 2014. Karachi was the 6th most dangerous city in the world.
Was it?
During just
6.
1 year in the mid-90s, over 1,700 people were slaughtered in a 365-day period.
That's
Alarmingly,
it is
the
crazy
highest
though
number
that
of Karachites
humans
killed in
are
acts
like,
of terror or crime was in 2013.
you know,
That
humans are the
number
ones that
reached
kill, that are
3,251
probably the most
victims.
dangerous things
The prevalence
on this
of
planet.
kidnapping,
It is
assassination,
crazy.
Suicide bombings and gang warfare, tourism.
Like if you think about it, if we didn't have terrorism, these gangs, these cults, anything like this, do you know how much more peaceful this world would be? You know, like exactly.
To avoid Karachi. Number 5.
Number 5.
Acapulco, Mexico.
Oh, this looks nice as well. I think
So
I've
long
heard
ago,
of this
Acapulco was
place.
synonymous with lavish vacations and high-end resorts.
Like, look how
But the
beautiful that
reality
is.
These days can be a bit different. Beach resorts, and from the 1940s to the 60s, it was a hotspot for.
I'm gonna say this is
stars and
really,
billionaires
really
alike.
beautiful.
But starting in 2014, the once
People
busy
again.
destination became an epicenter for gang violence, extortion.
I
and
think I've heard
murder.
about this place
In
before.
fact, by 2016, Acapulco has one of the highest murder rates in the entire world. The problem has reached
Wow.
such proportion that the city's entire police force was disarmed by the military in 2018 after it was discovered that it had been corrupted and infiltrated by drug gangs. Popular destination for spring break, the government began enacting travel advisories as early as 2009 after fighting erupted between drug cartels and the government. These
Okay.
battles often took place in the streets and involved grenades and other high-caliber weaponry. And since then, very little has improved. However, I suppose there is a silver lining. Other destinations such as Cancun and Cabo San Lucas have taken Acapulco's reputation as a tourist destination instead.
Oh, lovely! A
Number
tourist
4.
destination.
Sana'a, Yemen.
Yemen!
Sana'a is the capital of Yemen and holds the distinction of being the oldest continually inhabited city in the world.
Okay.
It's also the highest capital city in the world, resting at an
Is it?
astounding 7,500 feet above sea level.
Really? Oh, I didn't know
was
that.
established so
Wow,
long ago that
interesting
its
random
origin was pretty
fact.
much a matter. Unfortunately, Sana'a is viewed by many as being a pure and utter war zone, and it pretty
Is
much
it?
is actually. Living in the area means being subject to frequent and unpredictable acts of violence. Violence that goes well beyond street-level crime like robbery and extortion. Though granted, both are also a major issue.
Yeah, yeah.
Instead, citizens of Sana'a experience large-scale terrorism, including violent public assassination.
I swear, these last, what, 8, 9, no, sorry, 8, 7, 6, around 5, no, around 4. The last 5 things in a row are all because of people. The first 3 were all nature. These last 5 have all been about just people being, you know, the reason it's so dangerous is because of people.
And frequent bombings. It's feared that as the violence continues, more and more lives will be lost. Number 3. San Pedro Sula, Honduras. For many decades, this bustling city with over 1 million residents was the economic center of Honduras, a status that was aided largely by
Okay.
banana exports to the United States. Unfortunately, in 1998, Honduras was leveled by Hurricane Mitch, which dropped an
Okay, so more.
75
Oh my
inches of
god, look
rain
how blurry this
and
looks.
caused over $2 billion in damage.
What the frick was
To
that?
this day, the once prosperous nation has never recovered, and more than 21 years later, the area is plagued by many familiar
Okay, so now this is just a mix of people and nature just combined.
problems that accompany destitution and extreme poverty.
Lovely.
Corruption in their local governments is a huge concern, and criminals are
Well,
free to
yeah,
operate
yeah.
with a high degree of impunity, which has led the area to boast the world's highest homicide rate.
Really?
Sadly,
Shit.
along with murder, violent sex crimes, and even more disturbing trends is present in the area.
Sounds like a lovely
Due the
place
high
to
level of
live.
corruption in the area, criminals are readily able to access police equipment that they use to set up checkpoints and roadblocks.
Okay, I mean, at least it's
Providing citizens
police.
without their vehicles, the criminals drop
Which
the
is
ruse and rob their
which is more concerning in the fact that there's loads of police and it's still really dangerous. Yeah, I feel like that's even more concerning because that means even the police can't even stop this crime.
or even worse, abduct them. In fact, extortion
Really?
is so common in the area that families of kidnapping victims often pay ransoms rather than risk contacting the authorities, who in most cases are openly corrupt. With a high rate of violence against locals
Corrupt
and tourists
police
alike,
as well.
even the most experienced tourists are generally cautioned to avoid the area at all costs.
So these are just
Now
so.
it's time for the day's best pick.
Ooh, he's got some
Today may be one of the
animation.
most famous renowned spots we've seen today, as well as maybe a little cliche.
Okay,
but
what's?
let's be
I'm
honest
gonna say,
here.
what's
Number
this?
2, the Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah,
is
yeah.
Dangerous. Number 2.
Okay. The Bermuda Triangle.
Situated in the
Ooh.
heart of the North Atlantic, the
I've never-
Bermuda Triangle
okay.
has captured our collective imagination.
Is this
for
near Miami?
generations. The
Puerto
area is a
Rico,
clearly
and I
defined
didn't see the
expanse
other
of
one.
the Atlantic Ocean that is situated between Puerto Rico, Florida, and Bermuda.
Florida.
Also known as Hurricane Alley or the Devil's Triangle, it has been the site of numerous mysterious disappearances.
Yeah,
The
mostly
area
ship
being blamed for disappearing
disappearances.
ships and aircrafts.
I'm just thinking it's
Bizarre
really bad
occurrences in the
weather.
area have strange magnetic forces to alien activity. But
Alien
through the lens of
activity,
modern science,
okay.
It's more widely assumed to be the result of erratic weather patterns than the supernatural. Number 1. Ilha de Queimada Grande, Brazil.
That is a
Also known as Snake
mouthful.
Island, this uninhabited island is empty for a good reason.
Oh,
Anyone
Snake
approaching the island
Island.
will be met with
Oh,
a
I've
sign
heard
in
of this. Yeah.
Portuguese saying "Disembarque prohibido," which I'm pretty sure again I just butchered, which roughly translates
That's
to
fine.
landing prohibited. The reason
Really?
why this island is off limits to human beings is because it is
Well,
home to
apparently not.
thousands of uniquely adapted and highly venomous snakes.
Yeah,
Most
I've heard of
notably,
Snake
the world's only
Island.
population of golden lancehead vipers. These incredibly rare snakes are one of the most venomous species on the planet.
Really?
Fortunately, their only habitat exists where humans are strictly forbidden.
Well, that.
Have you ever traveled to any of the destinations on the
Well, that was. The last two were very, very quick. Like it was long and you know, like really long and detailed at the start, and then shortened down near the end. Snake Island. I mean, I've heard of Snake Island before. Yeah, I could see that being number 1. Now, I have a question for you guys. The question is, out of these 10 most dangerous places in the world, if you had to pick one, which one are you living in? Me personally, I think I'm going to go and live in number 9, which was this place, Fraser Island, Australia. Now, the reason I'm picking this one, is, you know, why I picked this one, is just because it just looks really nice. That's the only reason I'm picking it, is because it looks really nice. Yeah, that's the only reason. It looks the nicest out of all the other ones. Yeah.